Hello, and welcome to the podcast. My name is Patrick, and I'll be your chief flight attendant today. We'll begin the show in a few minutes, but first I'd like to acquaint you with some important safety information. 3 Sheets to the Mouse may contain language and subject matters that aren't suitable for smaller aviators, so listener discretion is advised. When the intro music begins, please take a seat and partake of any carry-on items. This includes bottles, flasks, cans, fine cigars, and skin mags. Okay, let's review. That is, F-bombs, earmuffs, get drunk, smoke 'em if you got 'em, and send nudes. Anything else? Oh yeah. Enjoy the show.
Sorted, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues. And injustice deliciously squared, be prepared.
Howdy, everybody, and welcome to episode number 36 of 3 Sheets to the Mouse. We are 5 ordinary average honky-tonks here, and we just like to get together, sip on sarsaparilla, and talk about Disney. So sit back on the rocking chair with your cornhole, and let's get started with Scott.
Yeah, I should hope your cornhole is sitting on the rocking chair. Because if you're not, you're doing it wrong.
I don't know whether to spittoon or whatnot, so ding! Hello, everyone.
Adam?
What's up, everybody?
Tim?
I want to go back to Disney.
Disney wants you back. Jason?
No,
how are
no,
you
they
doing?
don't. Well, yeah, we drink a bit of alcohol, but
Yeah, they want you back.
they want us back.
And your money.
Jason?
I have a feeling I'm going to be last all night long.
I'm just going in order on my screen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Paybacks are a motherfucker. I get it.
I don't normally, Scott said to do whatever came natural, and for some reason Cotton Eye Joe is what popped into my head, okay? Maybe, I'll be honest with you. Maybe it's this drink that I've got in my hand. I'm just going to go right into the drink because, yeah. Jason, what are you drinking tonight?
An Oktoberfest lager.
And who makes that? Particular lager, not.
I think the government.
It's government
beer.
grade beer.
Lakefront
Are you eating
Brewery.
some government cheese with that?
Listen,
There's
I
about
sent Rach.
50
this was
different varieties.
about last week. I sent her. I was grilling. I says, "Hey, when you're at the store, pick me up some beer." And I never send her to buy me alcohol ever. It's the very first time. And I'm grilling. I'm like, "Oh, Oktoberfest. That's cool. Let me have it." So she picks warm beer off the shelf. She doesn't get it out of the cooler.
Oh.
So I'm like, Rach, are you kidding me right now? Well, I don't know. I don't drink beer. Who drinks warm beer? So anyways, now it's nice and chilled, and it's okay.
Europeans drink some warm beer sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
British
well,
people.
exactly. It's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so go Brewers.
I have a question. Is it really warm or just not as cold as we're used to drinking it?
I think it's like 50.
It's like 50. It's like 50 to 55 degrees.
So it's
that's
like-
really not
That's still
warm.
Chill, because that's how I drink my wine. and
It's
that's
chilled.
cold.
Yeah, it's like a red wine.
Yeah,
cold.
that's like what they call it. So if you go to a pub in England and they have what's called cellar temperature, it's essentially like 50 to 55 degrees. It's
not
still
warm.
cold.
Yeah, it's still cold. It's not warm. I mean, we
It's
drink
not
out beer at
warm.
like 40 degrees here, but
Yeah.
What's weird is like you'll order beer and then they'll have like taps that say Guinness and Guinness extra cold, and that extra cold is like American temperature.
Well,
It's kind of interesting.
We do heat our tea, and then ice it down, and then put sugar in it, and then add a lemon. So, I get that. Well, warm beers aside, down here in the South, we sometimes drink them Cowboy Cool, which is whatever the room temperature is. You open it and you drink it because it's beer. So, thank you for the world history lesson, Scott. What are you drinking?
Tonight, since I felt it was a good night, I broke out the Lagavulin 16.
Oh,
So I've got a really nice glass of scotch.
That is a really nice glass. That looks like the kind of glass one
so
might win by subscribing to the Three Sheets to the Mouse YouTube channel.
Well, they might. They'll be lucky in a few weeks.
I believe that contest is wrapping up in a couple of weeks, so please, everybody, if you haven't subscribed yet, I know we were just shooting for 100, and we've passed that, but you know what? We still want to give these damn things away, and we want everybody to get a chance to get them. It's a nice glass whiskey tumbler, has the Three Sheets to Mouse logo on the front of it. It may or may not, no, it entirely does have the partner statue etched into the bottom, which is all the more incentive to finish your whiskey, bourbons, or scotch. Or, hell, if you want your kid to dunk milk and cookies, go ahead. So,
Yep.
yeah, head over. Well, I don't think we have it sticky on our Facebook page anymore.
No, it's not. But if you go over to youtube.com/3sheets, or no, /3C/3 sheets.
Slash
Yeah,
C.
Guns N' Roses featuring Slash.
And
Welcome back, Sean Connery.
Apparently.
YouTube.com/C/3 sheets. And hit subscribe.
That's the
And
one.
if you want to be totally ignorant, click get notifications, because once every 4 months or so, you'll get a ding. And you're like, who the fuck are those guys? What do they post? I didn't subscribe to that shit. So yeah, get over there, give it a shot, win a set of glasses, and you can be the envy of all your friends and neighbors. Okay, I want to hear from the guys that just got back from the trip. I want to know what Adam is partaking in tonight.
Yeah,
Well-
go with him first.
We actually got a small gift while we were down in Disney World. And I say small, it's a pretty decent-sized bottle of Glenlivet. And
That's a big bottle.
It's a solid.
That's a
It's a-
gallon.
we
Yeah,
gotta
that's a
thank
liter.
Mrs. Nesbitt for this. So thank you very much. This is what we're drinking tonight.
We didn't drink it when we went back to our room to continue the shenanigans, so he made us promise that we would somehow get it safely home and drink it on the show. So, there you go.
Nice.
It
It's
made
a
it
good
home.
solid bottle of scotch.
Oh yeah, and that bottle looks like when you're finished with it, it could be a weapon.
Well, it almost was a weapon that night when we were drinking in our room, but that's another story.
That's
We'll get
later
there.
on.
We'll get there.
I hope not. All right. Well, you guys have your Glenlivet, and I am. I'm drinking a good ass beer.
Is that the name of it, or is it just
That
a
is
really good ass beer?
that is the name of the beer. It is called Good Ass Beer. And Jason, this
good
is
ass
brewed
time.
up. Well, no, there's nothing good about it, but it's brewed up in was it Monroe,
Sure.
Wisconsin. Brewed and
Okay.
bothered by the Rhinelander Brewing Company, Monroe, Wisconsin.
What is Monroe famous for?
Good ass.
Oh, I think it's got. I think it's up on the Great Lakes, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. So I think it's got the scenic kind of. I think they got the vineyards up there. They make a lot of brandies and stuff like that up in that area.
It's all right. Sarah Coyle will correct you later.
No, she's on vacation, man. I get a pass.
Oh, that's right.
It's an
Wait.
okay. No, it's not an okay beer. It's a bad beer.
Wait a minute. HR's on vacation?
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Oh, we're screwed.
Oh, shit.
All hell's
Oh,
gonna
it was
break
planned
loose in
that
here.
way, so you guys could speak freely about your shenanigans down in the
Oh,
Disney World.
it was.
Oh, there was plenty
There's
of
a lot.
shenanigans.
Yeah, I'm privy to some of the photographs that graced the Facebook page.
Oh, well, there's some we did not post,
Oh, I'm sure there are.
There's a lot we didn't post.
which will probably get posted later on. We had to leave something for surprise.
Nobody sent me any nudes, so that may be all for the best. So, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and get into this shenaniganery, because you guys had I don't know. I don't know if you went into it trying to top your last trip.
We always
If
do.
that was the game plan, you guys
We
said, okay,
always
here's
do.
all the normal shit we're going to do, and then we're going to just wipe Tinkerbell's ass across our spreadsheet and see what happens there with all the pixie dust.
We always go into it trying to top the last trip. I mean, I don't want to say top as in what can we do better. It's just we always try to do different things and things we didn't experience. And this was a whole trip full of things we've never experienced before, from beginning to end.
You took your typical Disney trip and then just went outside the box.
Pretty
Right.
much.
I mean, what you guys did was as an adult a Disney trip as I have ever seen documented. And not just like adults, we don't have kids adults, but just like grown-ups doing mostly grown-up things.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Some of it was college age things that we were doing.
Yeah.
Some of it was toddler age things.
Nobody got arrested. Nobody climbed the wall.
I don't want to start with the best thing you did because I'm pretty sure I know when you guys peaked. But
Was that the pack and play?
Yeah. my Don Corleone moment.
yeah, exactly. Looking like some type of a Miami Playboy.
When the pictures come in and Tim is being draped with the bedspread or whatever that thing is, the foot.
It was the
rest-
runner at the bottom of the bed.
and he's got the hat on. All I can think of is Johnny Depp is, and then they made me the chief.
And that was all Stephanie Patras. That was her doing. And she was the sober one.
Well, thank God someone was there to be the voice of reason.
Otherwise,
There would have been more than one person in that pack and play.
Well, otherwise their dues would have increased.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm surprised that it didn't buckle under my weight in that thing.
That's quality. So, if you work for Pack and Play, we're looking for sponsors.
Everybody else has Kingdom strollers. We'll get Pack and Play.
Yes, which are already in the room. So maybe that's not the best way to go about getting a sponsor.
No. Well, they get blazing out logo on the side of them. No, well, maybe that might not be a good idea either.
Well,
There have been many of people that have fornicated as a result of our show and drinking, which in 9 months results in a baby, which leads to a purchase of a pack and play eventually.
There you go.
It all ties together.
There you go. Why are you holding a microphone in your hand?
Because I'm pretending.
Oh, okay.
and if by many people you mean like just me and Stephanie,
I don't even think it's plugged in, but it does look cool.
you look
I'm
like
lost.
Just in the four of us.
I don't know what's
Hey,
going
fuck
on
you, man.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
You look like a 70s,
no with the headphones on. He's got this freakish Howard Cosell thing happening.
Yes, that's it.
Howard
back in
Cosell. Walk me through your trip. Walk me through one of the first things you did that was out of the norm.
Well, something that we've never done before, and we did this with the first group that we were with was with the Mouse Rants group. We played a scavenger hunt.
Cool.
Through
Now,
Hollywood
is this
Studios.
a Disney sanctioned event?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, not at all.
Okay, so this would be something. If there were several members of a group going down there, this could be organized.
Definitely.
Yes, and that's
Okay.
what it was.
Okay.
Jerry organized it. He made up what we had to do. It was a lot of fun. It was something that we've never done before, and something that I think I would never do while I was there, but I did it, and it was a lot of fun. I'll do it again.
Oh, is that picture evidence? How did that work?
Yeah,
I'm
picture
curious.
evidence. Some of it was video evidence.
It depended on what we were looking for. So one of them was find the ugliest pair of feet you can find and take a picture of it.
So Adam literally walked around with his camera on his phone and his phone at knee level, just snapping pictures of people as he walked by.
Yeah. But it was just fun stuff like that. And you can make it
Okay.
as adult as you want or as young as you want. So if you have kids and
Right,
they've been there a bunch of times and you're having troubles getting to them to the resort, this might be something fun to do. And but we had a blast doing it as adults.
The best was
I
having
love
to
that.
lie
That
to
is
people
so
on
awesome.
why you needed to take their picture. Because you can't really tell somebody the ugliest family or the weirdest looking family.
We had to find
Okay.
a Craig
A cast
In
member
Holly-
named Craig.
in Hollywood Studios. That was sort of like they just chose a name and this is the person you have to find.
And we found it completely by accident.
Really?
Yes.
Adam and
had
our
a lot
friend
of fun.
RJ were walking to the bathroom, and they happened to pass him. So we see them standing there talking to him. So we thought he was getting they were getting the ugliest cast member.
Sorry, Craig.
So, sorry, Craig. If you're listening, sorry, Craig.
Shit.
So when he went by, we stopped him, and we noticed his name tag was Craig. So, okay, that must be the Craig thing.
Nice.
It was a good time. It was fun.
That
And
sounds like
actually, one of them was actually involved us with the Globe Cube.
Oh, the Globe Cube drink that was posted in our group.
That was actually part of the
We had to take a picture of a Glow Club drink and post it in 3 sheets.
And that's
Nice.
that's a 3 glow cubes for 3 sheets. So
Did
Cool.
was this something that I assume this scavenger hunt lasted for several days during the trip and not just
No, it was not even a full day. It was a couple hours.
Oh, okay.
Couple hours.
Okay.
It all took place in Hollywood Studios, so everything had to be done in Hollywood Studios. I think it was probably about 20 or 30 things, and you'd be surprised. It went fast. I mean, we was 4 of us on our team, and it went super fast. We took turns going through the list and checking them off, and it was a lot of fun. I'd like to do that.
Do you have a prize?
Yeah, it was like a bunch of little trinkets and stuff. We got some of them hanging up over here.
Was one of the tasks where everyone had to buy Kate Smith a carrot cake cookie?
Yes, yes, it was.
Well, that wasn't part
No,
of
that
the
wasn't-
scavenger hunt.
That wasn't part of the scavenger. That was something else totally different. But
Yeah, that's something
was-
that we shouldn't go into on the air.
yeah,
I don't want to know how they were eating.
They weren't. She gave up halfway through. Yeah. She ended up with I want to say 15 or 16 carrot cake cookies.
And
As a bunch of
diabetic
cookies.
shock.
Pretty well. She didn't eat them all. So
The lady at the In Vogue shop where they only sell them now, she's like, "Wow, that's a run on carrot cake cookies." Because the lady before us bought 7 herself.
See,
And each one of us bought 1 each and gave them all the cake. So they're gonna have if they go by metrics, they're gonna have a large order of carrot cake cookies the next day that they're not gonna sell.
Wow, this really is a popular selling snack.
why do we ever pull it from the other?
Well, they close Rider Stop, so
Yeah.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that part.
Okay, so scavenger hunt was a huge success, which that's kind of cool. That's kind of fun. I guess that's the way you can get. If you had a large group, like 2 families, maybe that would have been something you could do to split everybody up and
pretty much.
send them out. So,
Well, especially when
or
everybody's getting on each other's nerves. Here, just
or
go
you
do
could
this.
just drink.
Well,
Which
initially
is
that's
what
what
we
we
did
said
as
we were
well.
going to do. We're just going to break apart and just drink. But it was so much fun that, props to Jerry. He thought of a good game. It was a lot of fun. A lot of good questions and challenges we had to do.
Adam, you got anything to share about your cool trip?
Well, the other thing we did in Hollywood Studios was we had a chance to have a few beers at, I can't remember the name of the new place.
Baseline,
Baseline.
which
was
right
surprisingly good. I enjoyed a lot of the beers, but the music selection leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah, you posted that. What was the music selection?
All right.
It was
Think
like
of...
light rock meets pop music.
No, what's her name? The really popular...
Jennifer
Like-
Lopez.
No. California chick. Right now. No. Like the
Kissed a girl
annoying
and I
one.
like
Lana
it.
Del Rey. Think of it's Lana Del Rey
Okay, yeah, she sings a lot for Disney.
singing Guns N'
Maybe
Roses.
It was bad.
It was that California flighty cover music. It was awful.
What,
Paradise City sounded like elevator music.
Yeah.
See, Tori Amos did a bunch of covers of Nirvana.
Tori who?
Tori Amos.
Amos?
Tori
Yes,
Amos.
Tori
yeah.
Amos. No. Because at least that was...
And that was good.
Yeah, this was not that.
Really?
I did
Tori
Amos.
This was
it's
not that.
spelled Amos.
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 It's Amos.
Amos.
Tori Amos.
Amos. Tori Amos.
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 Like
All right,
from the
moving on.
Bible.
Moving
Amos.
on.
Anyways, so it was basically like hipster covers of
Yes.
rock and roll.
Very poorly covered.
Yeah. We're hoping that changes.
All I could think about when you guys said that was have you ever been to a Potbelly, the sandwich shop?
No.
No.
Okay.
Do they have a bean
They'll-
crock?
No, they don't.
Good.
But they have someone come in and play covers, acoustic covers of songs, and that's kind of what I felt like this was.
It's kind of
No.
what that felt like. It was like acoustic,
It was-
slow jam versions. It was kind of weird.
It wasn't totally acoustic, though. It had that really, best way to high California vibe to it. Where it's like the girl's stoned out of her mind.
Well, it
She's
was like they
just
did the
singing
same
every
treatment to
song
a
this.
Sade song, and they didn't need to because it sounded exactly the same.
It was
But how was
just bad.
how was the beer?
was good.
Beers were good. I mean, I had my favorites. I can't remember the names of them all right off the top of my head. I'll put the notes in once I actually post the pictures and
the
stuff.
tabs.
Yeah,
the
the pictures are on the website or on the Facebook group.
Yeah, we may or may not have the cards that went along with the beers. So I have to just look for them and try to find them.
I'm sure they are meant to be taken away because I tried to put them back in the slats, but they were swollen. They got wet and it was swollen. They wouldn't go in. So yeah, they're gonna throw these out anyway. So we took them.
Oh, and we also were witness to the first glass breakage in the place.
Because it only had opened the day before.
Yeah,
and that's why they have plastic glasses outside now.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, she was walking with the flight tray, and they all hit the deck. So
she literally got to the bar and went to set the tray down, and they hit the deck.
Oh, they were empty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good. Whew, I'd hate for them.
I mean, they only had 9 beers. 9 beers there.
They had 9, yeah, because
so we had two flights of 4, and then 1 full size of the extra that we wanted to taste fully. And then
That's
we had
not
a
bad.
cider.
I mean, you consider like a Disney bar, 9 beers is a standard amount for Disney.
Yeah.
And they were all on tap. So
Yeah.
they also had a wine tap there too as well.
Oh, they had a wine keg. Yeah, that was good. We had some of that wine.
Do they have food there?
Just like
Well-
they had a pretzel. That's all I remember.
They had a pretzel with a beer cheese fondue and a hot mustard, and they had a charcuterie plate. That was all they had.
How was the pretzel?
It was good.
Yeah, it was
It's
good.
a pretzel.
Standard soft pretzel. Yeah.
Yeah.
The dipping
it's fair.
sauces left a little bit to be desired. I mean, it wasn't overly flavorful, and for me, I like spicy mustard with my my pretzels,
mustard wasn't that
and
spicy.
this wasn't spicy enough for me. It just kind of was like almost like a Golden's mustard. It was just kind of not hot enough.
That's really disappointing, actually.
I mean, it's California. That's all I kept on thinking in my head.
I mean, I'm hoping that they
like-
expand the food selection as it stays open for a little while. But it literally is the same exact footprint as Rider Stop. They didn't expand it. They didn't do anything different to it.
Well,
the same size.
they did a lot. Actually,
you got the
to
outside.
it. They did a really nice job on the outside, and I
the
mean,
outside
you have
was
this really nice outdoor seating area with umbrellas. It was raining when we were there, and we didn't get soaking wet, so that was definitely a plus. But I mean, like I think it's meant to be that unoffensive California style everything,
Yeah.
where the music came in, where you know the song, but it's the non-offensive version of the song, like Paradise City.
It took you a second to guess, like, what? I know that song. What is that? And then it's like, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Never mind.
No, the whole group just started shaking their head no's when we started figuring out what songs they were playing. It was just a whole bunch of, they did this to this. It was not good.
But it was live music.
No.
Oh,
No, it was recorded.
Live music I would have given credit for.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was really hoping that it was
no.
live music or something.
No,
That's
no.
really unpleasant.
It was a loop because you heard the same songs while you were
Oh,
sitting
it
there.
wasn't.
Yeah.
It didn't even have. Oh, gosh.
No.
Nope.
It's probably like 1 CD or 2 CDs that they just kept rolling over and over.
CDs. Come on, Tim. It's 2017, man.
It was
It's
still
a thumb drive. Someone's got their Spotify premium on shuffle.
I wouldn't put it past Disney for that.
No, we're partnered
No.
with Spotify. That would
Well,
actually
they
be...
do that in the minivans. They have a thumb drive playing area music in the minivans. We did that twice this trip, which is, by the way, very easy.
So yeah, talk about that then, because that's
Yeah, I was
new.
about to
That's
say.
brand new.
Very easy to use. You just go on the Lyft app and order it through the Lyft app.
You have to be careful because we noticed this when we were looking. Somebody had an Android device. I had the iPhone. On the iPhone, you have to have the most updated Lyft software. Because if you don't, you're not necessarily selecting a minivan. So there's a little bit of a process when you actually open up the app to select the kind of car you want. The minivan is all the way at the bottom of the list.
It's through Lyft.
Yes.
For now,
Yeah,
they're using Lyft's app.
They're using the
Really?
low.
Polynesian wasn't even available while we were there.
Yeah, they're
And it
currently
just-
in 8.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't know if it is now,
It
2
is.
weeks later.
Yeah, they added it the week we were there, and like the second or third day we were there, they added Grand Floridian.
But it's a pretty easy app to use. It is about $20 plus whatever you decide to tip, no matter how many people you have. Cars are comfortably, which fit about, I would say, 5 adults. I wouldn't go more than that. Like, one in the front, 2 in the back, 2 in the middle. And, I mean, everybody there was super nice, super friendly driver. You don't get the driver's name like you do with some other apps. You just get the car number. I mean, it was decent. It got us to where we wanted to go, but I'd probably use it again without a doubt.
Yeah.
$20 a pop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Not much more than a taxi.
And if you download the app, they gave you a certain amount. If you're a new user like I was, I want to say they gave you like $3 off your first few rides. So it was more like $18 with tip. So it wasn't awful.
You know, if you're a couple, 2 groups of adults or whatever, 2 sets of adults, that you can split that, and that's a no-brainer. That's a lot better than trying to find a bus to a monorail to your room.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know how late they're running them. So I mean, if they're running later than the monorails and the buses, that also could be a plus.
Well, I would say I would say that they are because they picked us up to go to the cake decorating thing.
Yeah, that was early in the morning.
And the buses weren't running to Disney Springs yet. That was the only way for us to kind of get there.
Yeah.
Now, did you take them from the parks at all?
No.
No.
Okay. Because I'm wondering, like, I know you guys had a really tough time getting out of Magic Kingdom one night after Wishes. And my thought is, how can you take that from Magic Kingdom?
Go
ahead.
It wasn't rough getting out. It was just rough getting around. That's it's a whole. I mean, we could have left, but we were trying to do a few other things after the fireworks, so it wasn't rough getting actually out. It was just rough getting around. The traffic. They didn't have enough cast members on hand to deal with the massive amount of people that was in the park. Because I think it was the only night that they weren't running a Halloween party that week.
And they literally had after Happily Ever After ended, they still had some of the spokes of the hub closed off. So you could only go around one way.
No, and then I found out what happened was that people were pushing in opposite directions and just creating these weird traffic jams that they had to, for safety reasons, shut down because there weren't enough cast members directing the flow of traffic.
Once we got out of the park, I mean, we took the little boat from Magic Kingdom to the Poly, and it was fine.
But to answer your question, they do have designated spots for them. Like it's bus stop number, whatever.
Okay.
I don't remember.
All right.
And depending on which park you are in, they'll tell you where to meet the lift.
That's good.
So that would be a bus spot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like a whole bus spot?
That's
Okay.
really
All
awesome because the one time that we were getting out of Magic Kingdom, we took a taxi out of there because it was just super crowded. And we had to go all the way to the TTC to get a taxi. So if these pick you up right there, that's brilliant. That's wonderful. That's a game changer.
And there's like 3 spots they're allowed to drop you off in at Disney Springs.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
It's a good idea. Hopefully it works. They keep it around. We asked one of the driver that was taking us to our cake decorating class. He says it's doing well. He says it's taken off. People using it. So we'll see. Hopefully it does.
Okay. You've dropped it now twice in the last 3 minutes. Tell me about the cake decorating class.
Well, let's talk about the night before first, because
okay, 'twas the night before pastries,
yes,
and all through the Poly.
because the night before was the meetup.
Okay.
Well,
Not a
no,
drop
I wanted
of
to
liquor
talk
was
about.
left.
Well, the night before that was we did the Wishes cruise.
Oh yeah, no, we
Illuminations
cruise.
Yeah, the Eliminations cruise. Yeah, Eliminations cruise. Which, by the way, I probably would say that's the best way to watch Illuminations.
So details on this. Where do you pick this up?
Beach Club. Mm-hmm. It's a pontoon boat. I think the limit is 10 people. It was something like $200 per person.
No.
$200 for the
I
boat.
mean, per the group. I'm sorry, per group.
For the
$200
boat.
Per group. Yeah, for the boat.
Because otherwise, that's one hell of a boat ride.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have paid for it.
No, we wouldn't have.
$400? Absolutely not.
I'm on my second glass of scotch. They take you around, kind of like they just give you a tour of the water around Boardwalk, and then take you back around Hollywood Studios. You just kind of do a loop until it's time for you to get into Epcot. They pull into the bridge by France, and they just they park right inside the bridge, so you got a nice, perfect view right next to the dessert party patio.
Over by the UK?
It's in between the
It's
UK
in
and
between
France.
the UK
Yeah.
and France.
By that bridge.
Yeah.
And I think the guy said they can have up to 7 of those boats lined up.
No,
Side,
I
side
think
to
it was
side.
6. Because we were tight at 6.
No, there was 7 boats out there.
Were there?
I counted 7, yeah. And you just sit there. They supply water, sodas, chips, crap like that, and literally you're right there. The one of the fireworks technicians pulled over to the boats and told us that his boss said that we had to move back, and all the boat captains said no. Our supervisor says we're not going anywhere. So they handed out
Yeah.
they handed out goggles. He's like, we're gonna get I forgot what he called it.
Shrapnel?
Fallout.
Fallout. Yeah, Fallout.
Put these on.
Well,
And we-
but I have something to say about that because the dessert parties stick out further than we are.
Yeah.
So at least we get goggles for our whatever
Yeah.
you paid, how many are in your group. So they gave you goggles. It was really an awesome experience, and it was also Epcot's 35th.
So that's that night we met Martin.
Seems
Smith
really
from Martin
nice.
Smith.
He seems like a typical
great guy.
English bloke.
Really awesome. British.
British.
Wait, really?
No clue. Didn't know he was British. Didn't expect
Oh.
the accent, but he really no clue. I just watch his videos. I never did any research on him.
He's never
at
in
all.
any of his videos. He actually filmed us, so we're hoping we're going to be in his next
Nice.
video. And then the next night was our meetup, which that was when we took down the Lapu Lapu challenge
Finally, someone did.
Congratulations.
that none of you could do.
Listen, fuckers, I'm still hungover from your night.
But
I wasn't even there.
We got there a little late, and Uncle Tim and Uncle Terry were there.
Well, you're forgetting why
Trenton,
we got there late.
Nesbitt and Stephanie Petras.
Go back. Why'd we get there late, Tim?
What did we get
yeah,
to?
you gotta talk.
we meet?
So hold on, wait.
Oh yeah.
The day before,
we
the
forgot
day,
about that part.
the day before, the night before, I was checking my Instagram and I noticed there was a certain somebody down at Walt Disney World. But I text Tim and Adam and I said, I'm issuing you a challenge. There's a certain person down in Walt Disney World. I want you to meet him. Stalk him. I don't care where you stalk him. He's staying here. Find him. Let me tell you something. Do not issue these two a challenge because the next day, Tim.
Well, I'll tell you what, we thought our chance was over because we had found out that he was at Epcot watching Illuminations because he designed the anniversary.
I don't know
event.
how
Well, that's what
true
we heard.
that is.
So we had dinner at Tiffin's. It was us, Kate Smith, and her husband Marsh, and Jillian and her husband Matt. And we're getting all checked out. And Tiffin's, they give you these little, I don't know what they 4x4 or 5x5 pieces.
It's like a
of art.
postcard.
Yeah, it's like a postcard, and it's art. It's copies of art that the Imagineers drew when designing the restaurant.
It's usually themed to the room that you're sitting in. They
Yeah.
have different themed rooms.
Okay.
So she hands them, our waitress hands them to us, and Adam probably remembers her name. I don't remember her name. And she says, she explains the whole thing. These were done by the Imagineers and everything. She goes, and there's a rumor that Joe Rohde will possibly sign one. She goes, and rumor is he may or may not be sitting at the bar at Nomad right now. My jaw hit the table.
Yeah, at which
Literally.
point Angela, who the waitress, pretty much took her hand right under Tim's chin and closed her mouth.
No lie. She just closed her mouth. So his code name when he's in the park is Mr. Allen. So I was like, so you mean to tell me Mr. Allen might be at the bar right now? She goes, I
could
cannot
she-
confirm or deny
Or
that.
deny. But if I was to say he was here, he may be sitting at the bar still.
Yeah. So we got the checks done up. We ran out to the bar and
Wait. No, because it wasn't that easy. Everybody kind of went into chaos.
Yeah.
The whole table just went nuts.
And everything is on Angela's shoulders at this point to get everybody's fucking tickets in.
Exactly.
It was sort of like Angela's going to say this, and she's just going to watch the table go absolutely insane, which is exactly what happened.
So we walk out to Nomad and the bar is empty. There's like 2 people in there and none of them are Joe Rohde. So I'm like, you know what? I kind of remembered seeing pictures of him and other people meeting him that he sits outside. So we walk outside and there he is, sitting right by the railing on his iPhone, got a glass of water on the table. We walk up to him and I'm like a mess. I'm like, excuse me, Mr. Rhodey, I hate to bother you. I said, but could you sign this? And he was like fiberglassed.
Fiberglass.
Fiberglass.
I'm fiberglassed.
He was confused. That word I can say right now. He was confused that somebody would want his autograph. He seemed like that nobody would ever ask for his autograph. So
Well,
he
first
signed
we
it.
asked for a picture. And we
Well, we
all
asked
got
for
our
a
picture, and then we asked for the autograph.
I gotta say,
And we-
he has one of the coolest autographs ever.
He does.
Yeah, it is
He's
pretty
got like
awesome. We'll take a
two.
pic. I'm
He's got
pretty
like
sure we
two like
posted
bear
a
paws in
picture.
there.
And then he asked us if we did Pandora. And that day we happened to ride Flight of Passage 4 times.
Wow.
Holy shit! How'd you do that?
Well, that's another story. So he's like, wow, 4 times. He's like, how'd you do that?
Well, basically,
Right place, right time.
yeah, it was a lot of right place, right time. We actually, a friend of ours, Milford, has a friend who does the actual tours, the private VIP tours.
I thought I saw someone in one of your photographs
Yeah.
who was decked out in the private tour getup.
Yeah, so that's pretty much, his name is Shane, and he actually was able to, we were eating dinner, lunch. We were eating lunch at Satuli, and we ran into Milford, and Milford came up to us while we were eating and says, hey, would you guys like to ride Flight of Passage? So we were already waited online once, and we rode it with them. He asked, do you think they'd want to go again? And was like, hell yeah. So we just kept on riding it until we used it up.
And he told us, like, until we started getting a little nauseous. Then he had to go. But he gave us a couple little tidbits that we didn't know about the ride. That there is not one Disney reference anywhere in that area.
I knew
Except
that.
we found out that's not true, because there is a hidden Mickey somewhere on a leaf.
Yeah, I don't know if it's sanctioned or not, though. We saw a picture of a hidden Mickey. And that, I don't know, you guys have seen it, that mech that's in front of Satuli. They had to actually rebuild the mold for the original mech because it was destroyed after the movie was filmed. So they remade a new mold, rebuilt that mech, and then destroyed the mold again.
Why would they do that?
James Cameron's crazy.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
Yeah,
what we told
but-
James Cameron
but
is crazy.
But damn it,
You've got to.
all the best geniuses are.
You've got a prop that's going to sit in the Florida sun, the Florida weather. Oh boy!
Well, you know Disney's
Oh, I'm
gonna
sure
take
they
good
will.
care
I'm
of
sure
that.
they will.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. He goes, we're taking very good care of this one because it's probably all
Because
over
it's the
America
last
now.
one we have to build for because the next one's going to cost us $100,000.
Yeah. Now, did you guys eat at Satuli?
No, we didn't. I don't know about Jason. We didn't eat at Satuli. Stephanie went in after closing hours and bought a half dozen of the little boxes of Smurf shit cheesecake.
Literally.
They weren't
Little-
that bad. I actually enjoyed my
No,
Smurf cheesecake.
No, they tasted fine. It just it did what it was supposed to do. It looked weird and tasted good.
Adam, what was your take on the blueberry cheesecake?
It was decent. I mean, I don't think I would necessarily go out of my way to have it again. I wasn't too sure about the actual coating part.
Yeah, so
It's like a giant boba ball
so
kind
what,
of thing.
what like I asked Mikey what it was like, and he couldn't really describe it, like the coating.
It's like a very thick boba ball. Like you think about like almost like a gelatin coating.
It's not fondant.
Yeah.
I can tell
No,
you that 100%.
it's very soft. It's almost like a gel coating. So that's the best way I can explain. It's almost like a gelatin, some sort of gelatin
Because it
coating.
looks like it's going to be pretty stiff.
It's not. It's very, very. It has like a jelly consistency. It's a very thick, dense jelly.
Interesting.
Well, let me just put my thoughts together because I got one question I wanted to ask, but we keep getting off on these other things here, and my question doesn't really matter at all. What'd you guys eat at Satuli?
We had one of the
The,
bowls.
The bowls. The beef, the potatoes, the chimichurri sauce, and the fried onion thing. Whatever that was.
It was actually really, really good.
I liked it a lot.
It's actually in competition with Sunshine Seasons for the best counter service.
Yeah.
The quality of the food is really, really surprisingly
Jason's sitting there saying, "Nope, not gonna happen."
I don't know. I mean, it's I'm always open if someone's going to give me a solid review like that. I'm open for it.
It was the food was really good, and
Yeah.
I want to say too that like Tiffin's was off this trip. The Wagyu, the Wagyu was not up there this trip.
Dude, I'm telling you, I was not impressed with the Wagyu.
I was
brother.
I was
at all.
disappointed.
I had the duo of venison. It was the best meat I've had. I mean, oh my god,
So
mind-blowing.
the last
So
time
good.
Adam had the duo of lamb. This time he has the duo of venison. Should just get the duo because it's.
I usually do, because it's something that I can't normally
They call
get.
him Adam two
I
times.
can normally get a steak. That's all right. But I can normally get steak. I have good steakhouses in the area. If I really want a good steak, I can get that almost anywhere.
This really gets my goat. Thinking about my Tiffin's trip, because the last episode I was kind of, I was like, oh, it was okay, but I thought about it long and hard, and you know how when you get a good waitress or waiter, that you remember them. Mm-hmm. Like even now, if you can think about every meal that you had a decent waiter or waitress, you'll remember them. She was so impersonal. Probably not my best waitress there that I've had on Disney for sure. And it was the biggest tip because it was the most expensive meal, and that kind of really chaps my ass.
I was just friendly. She was. Really
Ours
nice.
was awesome. She was very friendly until she poured coffee all over Tim's lap.
Yeah, well, all my legs.
But she was awesome. I haven't had a bad server there. For us, I think my least favorite server was probably the one in California Grill.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was very impersonal. Very like, I don't want to deal with you.
It
just
seemed
shit and...
No, it wasn't even that. It seemed she was new, and she seemed very nervous. And if you ever waited tables, you can see it and you can feel it. And she was weeded for most of her shift, and we were just happened to be there for that portion. And she didn't show up to the table too much, and we waited a while for our dessert menus. But, I mean, it wasn't a bad meal, and it wasn't necessarily her fault, but she was my least favorite this trip.
But your meet and greet night.
Yeah, your meet and greet, the Lapu, 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 Lapu.
And then the Armada.
Our Navy. We had a species has a Navy now.
Your Navy, your Nautilus fleet.
We actually called it Nautili.
Not a lie. We
Not
called it. It was the SS Cloaca, the SS To Be Fair, and I forgot what the third one was.
Oh my
What
god,
was
I
the
love
third
that.
I forgot.
Oh, the
I don't
Hanalei.
remember.
The Hanalei.
I'm lucky.
The
Yes,
SS
the
Hanalei, yeah.
Hanalei.
Well, we'll get into that off the air. But we started out at Tambo Lounge.
As you
All
do.
those, yeah. All those guys were already there. Tim and Uncle Terry, who they spent the day with us at Animal Kingdom, but we had dinner and they went to do their own thing. Trent Nesbitt and Stephanie Patras was there. Michael Bass. Ebony Hines was there.
Ebony Hines, which was pretty awesome.
Ebony Hines. Yeah, she came in for a couple minutes and then she left. But we did the Lapu Lapu challenge very easily. We left there and we went down to Trader Sam's, but Trader Sam's was obviously you had to wait.
Now, did you carry your pineapple to Trader Sam's?
No, we did not. And we did the trick that we only
No, they
ordered
were
one
finished
pineapple.
at that point.
We ordered one pineapple and then got the refill for the second
3 sheets
two,
tip.
which Trent Nesbitt didn't know about. He was getting ready to order
It
another
was
pineapple.
episode 1.
True story.
and he's our super cheater, so he should
Yeah.
have known that.
Well, and in his defense, on some platforms, it only goes back to episode 2, and it's not anything I can fix.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to go to
Yes, you
Podbean
do.
to listen to
Yeah. So, and then you got to subscribe, and I've got it's a pay episode. I'm kidding. It's not a pay
We had a
episode.
round
I'm
at
fucking
Tiki
with
Terrace.
everybody.
Adam had a rum flight.
What'd you have in that rum flight?
Okay.
Because I want to hear about those.
Yes.
Fuck if I remember. There was rum, and there was
There's
more
rum.
rum.
There was a light,
There
there was
were
a light
3
rum,
rums.
a medium rum, and a dark
And then-
rum. That's all I
and
know.
then at the end of that, the rum was gone.
Yes. Well,
I had
actually, I had
a
to pour the
Hanalei-
rum into plastic cups because our buzzer went off,
Yeah.
and I didn't finish all my rum. So I had 2 plastic cups with
Hanalei
like
flight.
shots of rum in them.
I want to point out the fact that I at least did take my pineapple all the way down to,
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
Trader
but Mikey-
Sam's.
But you forgot you even had it in your hand at Kutztown.
And that was your first. That was your first Lapu Lapu, right?
That was my only Lapu Lapu, and that I knew then that I had no business drinking 3 because the first one went. I took 2 drinks, and then I was like, "Well, I just got a bunch of ice. What the hell happened to the?" Nope, Mikey. Nope.
So then our buzzer gets called, and we go into Trader Sam's, and immediately Trenton's like, "We got to order Nautilus."
Wait.
I was like, "Okay." He orders one. We order one. Michael Bass orders one. They come, and there's just straws everywhere. Crossing streams, everybody's taking sips, and we finish those 3 Nautilus like they were candy.
There is a picture of me drinking out of all 3 at one time.
That's also a good drink because I recall having that as well down there. I forget who passed it. I don't know if it was Suter or
It was
Suter.
Yeah.
Someone was just, Mikey, here, drink this.
That
Okay.
was so easy.
And then after that, I kind of don't remember what else I had to drink.
I had a Krakatoa punch after that. So then we closed Trader Sam's. Party was still raging. So we went back to our room with the Nesbits. And
Oh, boy.
Along with that big-ass bottle of Glenlivet, Trent also brought us 2 growlers from
Oak Hill Brewery.
the brewery where he works, Oak Road Brewery. One was called the Himalaya
That's
Porter.
that Hawaiian porter we talked about.
It's
It
really
is-
good.
I don't like porters. I'm not a porter guy. This was so
That's
good.
the one with
It was so smooth.
That's the one with coconut and like Kona coffee or something like that.
It's
No, it was
very.
so good.
It has almost like a
yeah,
coconut.
chocolate tips too.
Yeah, coconut
Yeah.
chocolate flavor. Yeah, and the other one, I have to read this because I know I'm going to fuck it up if I try to remember it. It's called Percy the Passive Aggressive Pineapple.
What? That is single-handedly the best name for a beer ever.
It is, and it was a delicious beer. And we put a huge dent. I mean, they're 32-ounce growlers, and we put a huge dent in both of them.
That's a
To the
gallon.
point where we get a knock on the door, and security tells us we're being too loud.
Yep.
So right away, that gets 2 reactions. 2 of us was say, "Shh, quiet down. We're gonna get thrown out." The other 2 are ready to throw down and use those growlers and that Glenlivet bottle as a weapon.
What?
Let me
paid
guess.
my bill
Let me guess.
on time.
All right, so now let's guess who was who.
Oh, my goodness.
And I know one you're probably gonna get right. The other one you're probably gonna get wrong.
I'm gonna.
I bet you it was Adam and the
I'm
little
guessing
firecracker.
Stephanie. It's got to be Stephanie. Stephanie and Adam, ready to throw down.
Yep,
Yep.
that's
All
my
right.
guess.
You're right then.
Yep.
You got it right.
Man. Just take it at the balcony, guys.
The irresponsible ones.
No, I paid just as much as everybody else gets to pay and had to pay. I was a little loud. It happens.
True.
And the only complaint they had was we heard you laughing.
Yeah, but I wonder who that was.
Oh wait, probably Tim.
No.
No. Have you listened to the intro? Or was that sarcasm? You didn't use your sarcasm
sorry, I'm
font,
sorry.
Scott.
Sarcasm.
You've got to speak
That's
in
right.
papyrus.
It was probably Trenton.
Yeah.
It was a
the guy
fun
who
night.
can. Oh man.
All right.
That
So
sounds
the next
like a-
morning we had the cake decorating class, and I'm in full blown.
The next morning, how the fuck are you guys alive?
We had
I
the
didn't
shakes.
do well.
I
had full
the
blown shakes. Halfway through the cake decorating class, I'm like, please don't. I can't throw up here.
To the
Just
point
not
where I
here.
was glad they were serving mimosas because I needed something to level me out. It was that
so
bad.
Adam's got icing on his
Wait,
face.
no. The best part was they're explaining this process, and they come out with this naked dome-shaped cake, and she's putting the buttercream on it. And Adam and I both look at each other like, we don't have to do that, do we? Because this cake is gonna be all kinds of lumpy.
Yeah,
didn't have to
no,
do that.
it just really, really cool experience. It's only 2 people per party, pretty much. I want to say it's about 139, something
With tax.
weird. It was a weird amount.
137
But it-
with the tax.
it was an awesome experience. They go through the process of how they make the cakes, and you get to decorate it, and it was a lot of fun. You get to actually, you're not like fully doing it, but you get to put the glaze on it. And she had a fancy word for it, but I'm calling it glaze.
It's a glacé.
Yeah, that. And you get to paint the buttons, Mickey buttons. You get to put the fondant ring on the bottom. It was really cool. I'm definitely glad I did it, and I'm also very proud of myself that I did not.
And it
throw
looked
up,
good
so.
too.
It was a delicious cake. We tried to have people eat it with us, but everybody was either too drunk or sleeping when they did it. So we ate a little bit one night, and then the last day we ate a lot of it for breakfast, and we ended up throwing half the cake.
It's a big cake. It's a big cake.
It's huge, and it's heavy.
It's a huge cake. It's heavy.
There's a lot of cake there, but they tell you
it-
a lot about the whole cake making process, how they make it into the dome. They give us samples of the frozen hot chocolate.
No, first one to be guilty is guilty.
Now, is that the one that you were trying to get in because you
Yes.
weren't
Last
in,
year,
and
yeah.
Yes.
you were very diligent about that.
Yeah.
And she said it is so popular that they're adding more dates. So if you guys want to do it, just keep checking back. It's well worth it. I mean,
cool.
the cake alone is like a $70 cake.
So you essentially
By
pay
itself.
like $50
Bottomless
to
mimosas.
drink and do cake.
Pretty much.
I mean, let's be honest though. You're making your own cake, so when you say it's a $70 cake,
Yeah.
No,
You're
we're
doing
just
most of the work.
decorating it. We're just decorating it. They do
because
all like the baking, the middle layer, which they had a
buttercream.
fancy name for. They had a whole. It's a layered cake, but I couldn't tell you because
I think she
was
said it was
pretty
9
hungover.
layers.
Yeah, it's something
Wow.
ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
It's like
it's a
cake
mousse
and
cake.
ganache and cake and ganache. Yeah, it's real.
No, and then
It
there's
was
a
like
jelly layer.
an orange gelatin
They're really good.
in it.
They have a really fancy word for that I can't remember.
Yeah,
either
yeah.
right now.
I don't remember that either. But even the fondant, it was like it wasn't American fondant. She said it was European fondant, which is different. It's actually delicious.
It's more edible than regular fondant.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that
Yeah.
far. I still didn't necessarily care for it.
Than our
Well,
fondant.
I realized something though. Going there, not one thing was American.
No.
The buttercream
Glacé?
was Italian buttercream
Yep.
because it's made differently.
They didn't
I
use
love
shortening.
buttercream frosting.
You would have really liked this, but I definitely
this
say try to do this class if you have the
That
time
sounds
to do
really
it.
delicious.
It's definitely fun.
And that was the first of our 3 classes that we had.
Yes.
I didn't know you had more than that one class.
Oh yeah.
the
we
second
had
one was a
3.
champagne class.
Well, was it a class or was it a drink and drink?
That was.
It was a class because we learned a lot.
I think that was my least
The
favorite
champagne
out of
one?
the 3, though.
Yeah.
If I had.
Yeah.
It was good for what it was, but it just, you learned a lot.
Yeah.
But there wasn't like any food pairing really with it. There wasn't.
We got rice
Wait.
crackers.
Yeah.
It was just champagne?
They poured the champagne before you sat down, which I
Yeah.
thought was weird because it started kind of going a little flat by the time you started drinking it.
What kind?
I mean, literally like probably a half hour before we sat down, the champagne was poured.
They poured them before you sat down. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
But
champagne foul. They should have been pouring them like
Yeah,
fresh.
so,
for
I
you.
mean-
Yeah, and the guy that did the class was chairman of the board for the sommelier program, so he should have known better. My opinion, anyway.
I mean, the champagne we had was really well. One of them was super good, but it's like $200 a
which
bottle.
one? Which one was that one?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I have it written
I-
down
I-
somewhere, but
If
I
somebody
haven't
could pull up the photo.
really unpacked
It was
yet.
we had the Bollinger, we had the Billiard Simon, and the third one. That third one was the good one. That was the
I really
$200
like
one.
the. See, my favorite's the Bollinger because
I like Bollinger too.
James Bond drinks Bollinger, so it's okay for me. Yeah,
I like alcohol.
Well, we learned
We knew that.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
the Semon, the Billicar Semon is really, really good. It's a much sweeter
Let's see if I can pull
champagne.
that.
If you like sweet champagne, Jason.
I know what I don't like is this beer. Done. I just can't, guys. I'm trying, man. I'm
Blame
trying.
your
I
wife
just
for that
can't
one.
do it. Ugh.
Look, I've seen that look before, and it's on a T-shirt.
Yeah, I've seen that look when he was drinking whiskey.
It's also a pillow now.
It's yeah.
The last one was the Duval Leroy.
That's a good bottle of champagne.
Duval Leroy.
Oh, it was so
2000.
good.
That was a vintage. That was an actual vintage champagne. That was so delicious.
That was really good. I could see myself easily pounding away a bottle on that. But at $200 a pop, it's never going to happen.
I don't think you would do it easily at $200 a pop.
I've had Dom Perignon. It's not that good. It's really not. It's okay.
I'm not a fan.
It's all right. Honestly, you can get just as good a bottle for $50 with Bollinger or Tattinger. Yeah,
you can get a good Schomburg.
Veuve. Honestly, they're not that much better. Really.
So your last class, was that the bourbon class?
That was my favorite class.
Which this is where we owe Jason a slight apology.
Okay, I was waiting for this. So okay, I got my game face on, guys. Come on.
Before you apologize for that, I have to apologize for my meal at homecoming.
Oh yeah. Because somebody has to eat some crow.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed
Oh!
Did you?
He had a decent plate of grits at homecoming.
Now, what kind were they?
They were just cheese grits.
God,
really
done really well.
Good. They were
right
so
now,
fucking good.
Justin Suter and Trenton Nesbitt are just screaming at their radios.
Wait, we were in Justin's in Trenton Nesbitt's presence when we told him, and he almost shit his pants. He was like,
Because
"See, I told you."
Awesome.
Yeah, everybody.
No, I mean,
if they're done right,
if they're
not
done
to
right,
me, they're not.
Because I've had them and they were done really wrong, and I was really afraid about ordering them, but I did just to try them. If any place I was going to try them, it had to be with Art Smith, and he knows what he's doing with Southern food, and they were so good.
That's how I remember him as a kid. Homecoming in Disney Springs, Art Smith's restaurant.
Okay.
Which I had the barbecue, and his barbecue sauce is slap your mama good.
Really? Is it like Carolina style or is it Memphis? What is it?
It's I forget which is which. Carolina's mustard base, right?
Yeah, vinegar base.
Yeah, this is more of a
so it's like
tomato
Memphis
base.
style.
It's
Memphis, Kansas City, St. Louis style. Actually, tomato base is St. Louis style, and Memphis. So that's probably I love Memphis barbecue. No offense to Nicole Mason, but Memphis is better than Kansas City.
I have actually had barbecue from a barbecue joint in Memphis that literally its name was Memphis's Best Barbecue.
I've been there.
And how'd you find yourself on that side of town, Scott?
It's only like 4 hours from St. Louis. Memphis is only like 4 hours from St. Louis.
What you're saying is usually the best barbecue places are not in the best neighborhoods.
They let you in with that hair and those shoes.
Mikey's calling you a bougie fuck, I think.
He's calling you a cracker.
I had no business in this particular area. As I recall,
he's calling you a cracker is what he's calling you.
It was near the bus station, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not even lying. This is the honest to God truth. Me and my buddy John walked into this. Full disclosure, we'd been at like an 8-hour long punk rock marathon about 4 blocks from here, and we were hungry and it was late, and we walked in there, and I'm not even lying. The record scratched.
Yeah.
Yep. And I just remember thinking, I'm owning this. Let's go up here and get a sandwich, John. We got in there, and she says something about hog's breath. And I said, do I want what on it? Do you want the hog's breath on it? And I just like, sure. Because apparently that's when they put the coleslaw in with the barbecue. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. That's good stuff there.
But that was a damn good sandwich. And we sat down and ate it right there with everybody.
On white bread?
I honestly can't recall what kind of bread it was because the bread doesn't make the sandwich when it comes to barbecue.
No,
Scott.
it was really good. It was brisket with this the best way I can describe this barbecue sauce is like it's like sweet on the start, and then it gets real smoky and real spicy at the finish. It was so good.
That's like the Art Smith barbecue sauce.
Yeah, so it's Memphis style.
So good.
Memphis the best.
No, well, the best Southern food we've ever had, and discounting my family's food, was this little hole-in-the-wall place on Atlanta Highway in Montgomery, Alabama. It's called Peyton's Place, and it's right next door to the probate office. And you would literally walk right past this place or drive right past this place, but we stopped there. Absolutely amazing food.
It was really, really good. They're only open for lunch.
Yep, only open for lunch. That's it. Well, you don't want to be in that area after dark, so.
Well, that's why they're only open for lunch.
Exactly.
So, but I digress. Back to our bourbon tasting.
Yeah.
Now, this was at Top of the World Lounge, which we've never been up to before. Being DVC members now for 2 years, this is the first chance we ever got, and we went up there 3 times this week. The place is amazing. It's absolutely the bar is done well. The view is stunning. If you've ever been up to California Grill, that view from Top of the World is 10 times better.
It's the only spot that you can see all 3 parks from.
All 4 parks.
4 parks from.
You can literally,
Really?
you can literally stand out on the, I think it's the southern edge of the balcony, and see Illuminations, Star Wars Spectacular, and then whatever fireworks are going on at Magic Kingdom that night.
And you can also see the Tree of Life.
You can see, yeah. You'd also see the
can see
Orlando Eye and SeaWorld. You can see everything from that viewpoint. This is where it gets funny because we did the tasting, I think it was at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So the host, her name is Bree. She's one of Disney's bourbon experts. But the bartender from Top of the World, who just became a sheeter, Mike Sass, he was there as well. He's more of a Disney historian. He's been with the company for 23 years. And he was telling us all about the history of the park and the contemporary and Top of the World. So we did the bourbon tasting. We had Angel's Envy, which we had never had before. The Disney Knob Creek Select, which, having tasted several variations of the Knob Creek Select, the Disney version is by far my favorite. Mm-hmm. And then
I agree with that.
So it's not just a pretty bottle.
No, it's not.
Or pretty label.
They follow that up with Maker's Mark.
Wah, wah.
Wait. Whoa.
Yes, they did.
Like just
Regular old Maker's Mark. Yep.
10-year-old Maker's Mark.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Well, there was reasons for it.
There's reasons for it. And the way she had it paired, the way Bree had it paired, it worked.
Well,
Did she want to showcase how good the others were before it?
pretty much is kind of what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she wanted to showcase the different flavors that you can get with the different bourbons.
But she also, I mean, I think a little bit was that because she wanted to kind of show you what you're used to for the last one. To kind of showcase the other two first. That's how I felt about it.
Makers is what everybody's, aside from
everybody's
Jim Beam,
go-to. When you first start drinking, everybody picks up a bottle of Makers. They don't necessarily go for something a little bit more different. So I think that's how I felt about it. But the pairings were pretty awesome. The first pairing with the Angels
was the tuna tartare with the mango and the cucumber
on a crostini.
No, wasn't it? No, it wasn't the crostini.
No, that one didn't have.
That was the last. That was the last.
Tuna tartare and a bourbon?
It was really good.
Believe it or not, I don't.
Really?
I don't
Yes.
like tuna. I tried it. It worked, but the texture for me with tuna is off. But it worked.
Oh, see, I mean, obviously, you guys have seen from my post, we eat tuna all the time.
But it worked because the Angels. I keep on wanting to call it Angel's Kiss, but I know that's
Angels
wrong.
and Angels
Angel's
Envy.
Envy.
And we found out why
But the Angel's Envy is a lighter bourbon. It's not a very flavorful bourbon, so the acid from the tuna tartare and everything brought out a little bit more flavors, made it more complex.
Yeah. So she had us taste it. You taste it once, and then you taste it again, and then she had us add an ice cube.
No, you bit it with the food, and then you added the ice cube at the end.
Yeah. And that's where we owe Jason an apology. Mind you, it's one ice cube, Jason. Just one. Not a whole tray full.
Not a smoothie.
That's usually all I put in mine, but okay.
And this girl, she's a staunch bourbon drinker. That's what she goes to. She's a bourbon drinker. We actually saw her outside of Top of the World at
That was before.
Yeah. It was before we saw her in the.
She was pre-gaming before her seminar.
Well, this is the day before.
Yeah.
This is
Day before she was partying through food and wine.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
And then the second one with the Disney Knob Creek was graham cracker crusted candied bacon and marshmallow.
Oh, it was so good. I wanted a whole plate of that.
This is where I
Tim,
eat
how
crow.
did you like the bacon?
This is where I eat crow because I like this. This is very good. This was delicious.
Now, didn't the sweetness kind of take away from the sweetness of the
That
Knob
was-
Creek? I mean,
Well, the Knob Creek, they have burns a lot.
Yeah. It kind of balanced it out, and the saltiness from the bacon accentuated the flavors of the Knob Creek. It was a match made in heaven.
So Tim, you gonna start eating bacon?
Candied bacon. It's got to be candy.
You start with pork belly. You
Well, you know
got
what?
candy bacon.
Pork belly is
Eventually,
totally
you're just
different.
gonna have some bacon.
Pork belly is totally different than
It's
bacon.
not that different.
And for the makers, I forgot what she paired with the makers. That was the
Salami.
crostini.
Stickers bar.
I have a picture of it.
That was like it was almost like a caprese.
It's a
I
deep
think, right?
fried Twinkie.
No, it wasn't. It was something else that you didn't want to eat.
It was a crostini with something on it. I forget.
Okay, I'm the redneck here. Though Tim's claims Alabama, I'm the redneck. What the fuck's a crostini?
Toasted Italian bread. Pretty much.
Toasted bread.
So
It's
okay,
toast.
thank you.
Crouton.
Yeah, it's a giant
You
crouton. It's like
keep
a flat
calling
piece.
it
Yeah.
crostini, and I'm thinking. I mean, logically, I figure it's some type of a thin, bready, crackery, flaky kind of thing. But
So
you know,
It's a thin slice of Italian bread coated with butter and then toasted.
the funny part is she's throughout this whole thing she's asking questions and asking what we know about
Oh, here it
bourbon.
is.
Adam and I.
It was a crostini with like a fig jam, and I want to say goat cheese.
Yes. Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, that sounds good.
It was
That's
good.
really good.
That was really good. And Adam and I are like answering every question and every comment she has. She's like, so I see we're dealing with professionals here. We're like, you have no idea. So after the class is over, she just comes over to our table and she's talking to us like, we're old friends.
Ma'am, we do have a podcast. It's a
Well-
drinking podcast with a Disney problem.
Oh, we told her.
So yes,
This is that.
we are professionals.
She happens to like she's talking to us and the Knob Creek is one of her favorites, and she also likes Four Roses and the Angel's Envy.
good.
So I'm gonna have to buy a bottle of the Angel's Envy to get more of that. She also starts telling us Pappy. She starts talking about Pappy. Wait! I really wanted to like just hate her at this point because she's like, after we're done here, she's like, I'm off today after this because she also works at the Wave. She works somewhere else too. I forgot where, but she likes to hang out at the ESPN.
No, she knows the chef at
She
the
knows the chef.
ESPN. I don't think she really hangs out there too much.
And the chef told her that they have Pappy
12.
12 for $20 a shot.
oh,
That's not bad. That's not
That's
bad.
amazing.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
So I was like, oh my god, it's like we might have to go there. We have dinner at California Grill, but we have to go there. She was like, don't bother because it's all going to be gone by the time I get there. It's like, I hate you.
you know, it sounds like she was probably your absolute best chance at getting one of those empty bottles.
Well, no, we told her about that. We told her that we tried to buy a bottle from Disney and they tried to sell it to us for $320. She's like, really? She's
And then she said, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
She's like, I can't even get an empty bottle.
Really?
So that's
You
where
just got to
we
go dumpster diving.
Yeah, well, that's where we met the bartender from Top of the World, and he gave us a little history tour. And that week, earlier in
This
that
is
week,
the part that I'm pissed off about.
Bob Gurr was up at Top of the World, and he signed their monorail mural that they have behind the bar.
So you met Disney legend Joe Rohde, and you just missed out
Bob
on
Gurr.
Disney legend Bob Gurr. I don't feel bad for you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my
The messed
heart's
up part is
breaking.
that Mike Sass, the bartender at Top of the World, had to Google who Bob Gurr was.
What?
No,
He did-
but hear me out, because he told the story, and there's a story behind this. It's people are always trying to come up and meet them and say, oh, this person is so-and-so.
Yeah.
And this person is so-and-so. And this, after a while, the names start blending together. And I kind of understand that working in the service industry. The names, after a while, stop meaning anything. So when he's hearing the stories that Bob Gurr is telling him, it's just like everything clicked all at once.
The stories of Bob Gurr are.
So that was at 5 o'clock. We had our dinner at California Grill, which was still amazing. So we went back up to Top of the World right after. We met up with Trent Nesbitt and Stephanie Patras in the Contemporary. We all went up. It was Kate Marsh, us, and the Nesbitts. And we had a couple of drinks. They make the best rye Manhattan on property. It is absolutely delicious. It's bullet rye, bitters, Luxardo cherries, which I have a new thing for Luxardo cherries.
Luxardo is the brand of maraschino liqueur that I have.
Yeah,
And it's much
So
better than
good.
regular
They're
maraschinos.
awesome.
Much better.
So good.
Yeah.
It's,
Is that what you use for the aviator or the aviation?
that's what I use for the aviation.
I
So
wouldn't know.
we close Top of the World. We get down to Contemporary. We use the bathroom. We're walking to respective models, and we run into the bartender from Top of the World, Mike Sass. And he's like,
You're missing the best part of this whole night.
what?
The girl passed out on the couch.
Oh, yeah, because we closed the wave. That's right. It was after we closed the wave. This night's a blur, too. So we closed Top of the World, and then
You
we get
think
down
it's
to the
a
wave.
blur
Shocker.
for you? we got baby
closed the
baby
shocker.
mama passed out on top
Baby
of
mama
some
passed out on the
Yeah.
couch behind us. Tim at one point goes up to the waiter and says, "What's the deal with her?" And they said, "Well, she came in with people, and they just
they
kind of
left
left her there."
He's like, we're 10 minutes
girl.
away from calling security. And just like magic, she like stumbles up with it. She had a whole suitcase with her too. That's what we didn't.
Oh, yeah.
we,
No,
we didn't
it
get
was
a
a
picture with
bag.
that. It was a carry-on bag. It was a roll-on bag.
No, it wasn't. It was
Yes,
a
it
big,
was.
like, carpet
It had
bag
wheels.
suitcase.
And she just walks away.
You mean to carry carpets in it?
Pretty much.
Nope, made of.
So we close the wave, and that's where we run into the bartender from Top of the World. He's like, "This is the first time in 23 years that I started my shift and ending my shift seeing the same people." I was like, "Well, we're professionals," and that's when we told him about the show. And the next morning, we got a member request from Mike Sass. Hopefully, he's listening.
He's a member now.
Yes, he is.
He makes, and he makes the best
Now
rye
he's a
Manhattans.
Is
I
this
wanna-
the guy that gave you the history lesson?
Yeah,
Yes.
See, and that's what I love about meeting the cast members of that nature, that they, and maybe I don't want to put words in his mouth or feelings in his heart, but to love Disney enough to where he would tell that story over and over again, because guys like me would sit there all night and listen to him talk, you know what I mean, and get that information from him, and I think it's awesome that you guys got a chance to visit with him.
Not even props, because we went up there earlier in the week to watch Hollow Wishes, and he's the only bartender there, and he's serving the drinks for the waiters, and he's serving the bar's drinks, and he was like on it. He got us our drinks like that.
He was awesome.
Nice.
Great bartender.
Nice. Cool. Very cool.
My new favorite place on property to drink and chill out and watch the fireworks.
I still love Trader Sam's.
I like Trader Sam's too, but to watch the fireworks,
Yeah, it is the best view, not being in the park.
oh, Trader Sims, speaking of Trader Sims, you want to tell the story about drink or swim, or I'm cutting you off?
I'm drunk at this point. Shocker.
Wait, tonight or
No, just in general.
Okay.
That's how I live my life. Anyway, but we're in Trader Sam's, and they're doing, I think it was the Nautilus, and they're, during the Nautilus there's this portion that they dive, and she's running around yelling at people, swim, swim. So she starts saying, if you all don't start swimming, I'm cutting you all off. She wasn't talking to us, but our whole group just started swimming.
I saw the video that I think Michael Bass posted.
Yes, Michael Bass, who has like the amazing freaking 360 camera thing on his.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. I still don't know how that thing works. There's only one lens on it. I don't know how it works.
It's really cool. I'm looking at it. I'm just wondering. Again, probably a little buzzed at this point, going, how come it didn't spin? I wanted.
He didn't move it. It didn't spin, and he didn't move it.
So I'm
It's just magic, man.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, there's probably a motor in the whole thing, but yeah, I was pretty at that point. Pretty drunk.
I feel pretty.
It was a great trip.
So, yeah. All in all, it sounds like you guys had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a blast. It was a really awesome time.
It was the first trip we've had in a long time doing with other people other than just ourselves. And we're always leery about those kinds of trips, but we had a great time from Friday when we landed to when we came back here Friday morning.
Yeah, we got some pretty vulgar texts from you guys after the fact. Like, fuck the Disney Blues, or...
yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was just... it
was
I
a
can tell you
hard
guys had a
crash.
good time, because...
It was a
you guys did.
really hard crash. It's still hard crashing right now, to be honest.
Because we don't have a definite trip booked yet. We have ideas and when we want to go, but nothing is set
Maybe
in
by
stone
close of business tomorrow, we might.
By Monday, there will be a trip booked, because I don't know how much more I can wait before I pull a trigger. And that's all I'm saying.
Literally, this is what he tells me, like 3 days into the trip. We're online for some ride, I forget what it was. And he's like, I am not waiting to November to come back.
Right?
There's no way. It's not going to happen.
Well, that's why when I texted you guys, I'm like, how's May look?
It looks
And Jason's
awesome
texting
right
at
now.
him, how does May look? And he's giving me this. I'm like, there go my points.
Well, I don't got any points. I'm like, great, because we're going to stay at the beach club. I'm like, why don't we just fucking buy another 100 points and be done with it? Because we were looking at doing it anyways. And usually she's my ground where she's like, well, and she's like, just do it. Like, yes.
Score.
Yes.
We want another 100, but we don't know
ahead.
where we want them yet. It's either going to be Bay Lake or Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Well, see, I was kind of here's my debate here, quick, and I'll get off my tangent. I really fell in love with Epcot on a different level this last time,
awesome.
And I would really like to get Zip your fucking whore mouth.
Who?
Scott's was open.
I really, but see, the thing is it was a whole new dynamic to Disney, and I'm thinking later, because it's the contract's so long. I mean, it's a 50-year contract, right? So I would like something that would be an Epcot resort, because from there you also have Hollywood Studios.
You have to be careful though, and then I'll get off this, but it's a 50-year contract, but the shorter lease year. So when you're looking at the resorts that opened earlier, that contract gets cut by a bunch of years. So probably I'm thinking it's closer to about 30 to 40 at this point for Beach Club and Yacht Club. I'm not positive though.
Yeah, and with the Epcot resorts, and look, Jason, I love Epcot. We stayed at Boardwalk. We stayed in the DVC villas at Boardwalk. It was nice, but we spent a lot of when you go and you stay at the Boardwalk Villas, or you stay at Beach Club or Yacht Club, you spend a lot of time at Epcot. Now, the only way you'll get that is through resale, because they don't offer those right now.
You can go on a wait list.
And
I can
there
go
are
on a
wait
wait
lists.
list.
You can go on the wait list, but you will spend most of your time at Epcot because it's just. You're right there, and it is so convenient. It really is. It's a nice resort. It's really a nice resort.
But it's a boat ride to Hollywood Studios also, is it not?
And you're right.
not
Thinking
bad.
2019,
And you can actually, if
You should
you're
walk.
healthy, you can walk it.
It's a
not
short walk.
unheard of.
I think we walked it. It took us 10 minutes to walk over to Hollywood Studios.
And for those of us running it in November, we will be running it.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, you will.
10-minute walk. I did that my trip, just trying to get the wheelchair for Boston from the car freaking up to
sure.
the gates of Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
So yeah, do it, Jason.
Couple things real quick. If you want to donate, it's 3 sheets to the mouse at gmail.com. Go over there, send us just a couple bucks. It doesn't matter what you send us, if it's $2 or if it's $10. All of it goes to Gamerosity, and it's a great foundation that we're really looking to support. So head over there. Mikey,
Yes,
thanks
Scott.
for hosting. Thanks for hosting tonight. So give us some final remarks.
All right. Well, actually, I'm gonna before I give my final remarks, I want to. Okay, Adam. His nipple was glowing for a second there. It kind of threw me.
Considering he's wearing a shirt, that's kind of talented.
Well, I got a nose for nipples.
Oh, his nipple was glowing.
See,
Oh, yeah.
he's got a glow pube. All right. Shit.
Sorry.
Good
Feels.
show. Yeah.
Get me in the feels.
Tim, closing remarks this evening. Welcome back.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back with you guys. It's great to be back amongst family. It was a rough week. It was a fun week. I want to thank all the people we met this week and all the people we broke bread with and had drinks with. The Mouse Rants crew, Jerry and Simone. Our sister Kate from Mouscellaneous. We had Jillian and her husband Matt from What's This. We had RJ and Milford from Dis Explorers. There's a bunch of other people. If I don't call you out directly, doesn't mean I don't love you any less. And our own cheaters, we met the Pumpkin King.
Pineapple
the
King.
Pineapple King.
That's okay.
Pineapple King, Mr. Aaron White.
Oh.
We lost Scott.
Oh.
Mrs. Nesbitt. And Mrs. Nesbitt, great people. We hung out with them almost all week long. I love those guys. Mike Bass, Uncle Tim, Uncle Terry. We just had a great week. Thank you guys for making our trip all that extra special.
Adam, anything to add?
Well, I can't believe how big this got, where people are actually going out of their way to meet us. I'm kind of socially awkward, and I apologize if I was a little off-putting at any point. But I really do appreciate everybody who took time out of their day to come and find us in the park, whether it be running into you at the park or at the meetup. It was really awesome to meet everybody. We are, as much as we put it through, a big dysfunctional drinking family. And I didn't feel that more than hanging out with a lot of you. So I really, truly appreciate all you guys. And thanks for everything. Keep on listening. We'll see you in the parks.
Jason.
We neglected to tell the full story on how this bottle of scotch happened.
How you
Apparently,
got it
in
back?
one of my drunken conversations with Trenton, I asked him to bring a bottle of Macallan Double Cask. He did buy said bottle of Macallan Double Cask, but dropped it in his driveway, and it broke.
So if anybody's still listening, I like bourbon better than whiskey, and it's a common thing, because that's what Bree told us.
Yeah. She doesn't like whiskey, she likes bourbon. So
like bourbon.
he felt really bad in dropping that bottle that he brought this gigantic thing with him to Orlando. And had it
It
at
came
the
home in a
Tambo Lounge.
poncho.
He had it, yes. He had it in Tambo Lounge, wrapped in a poncho in a garbage bag. It was still cold, and so was the two growlers. So I had
No,
to
but
rush back
it
to
came
the room.
home in a poncho.
It came home in a
Because I had
poncho.
to wrap it in a
Came home in two
poncho because
ponchos.
I'm like, fucking it's either going to
TSA.
get stolen out of my bag
Or broken.
or it's going to break.
And it made it home. And we
I'm
drank.
shocked.
I guess I've already kind of hit my closing remarks going on about Magical Meltdown and helping the kids and stuff like that. So I guess the last person to go here is Scott. What do you got for us?
Well, I just want to say thank you to the four of you. You guys have had what seems like a month of Disney between the four of you guys. It just seems like you guys had such a fun time, and thanks for sharing your in-park pictures on the Facebook group. If you want to see those, go over to facebook.com/group/3sheets. That's really the best way to interact with all of us. We all had a great time. You guys, Jason, Mikey, you had a wonderful time there, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Tim and Adam, I don't even think words need to be spoken for your pictures.
No, not at all. We had an awesome time with awesome people.
Yeah.
So if you want to join us over on the Facebook group. We're over there, 3 Sheets to the Mouse. Just search it, you'll find us. Thank you for joining us this week on 3 Sheets to the Mouse. If you enjoyed the show, help others find the show by sharing it. Share it to your Facebook, share it to your Instagram, share it to your Twitter. Find us on YouTube. We have the YouTube contest going on. When we reach 100 subscribers, which we've already done, we're going to raffle off those 2 whiskey glasses. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We're at 3 Sheets Podcast. But like I said, the best way to become part of the 3 Sheets Nation, Mikey, is... This is what you get for fucking around. The teacher's calling on you.
I'm
not
all
paying
mic'd
attention, you
up
get
over
called
here.
out by the
I don't
teacher.
know. The best way to join the group is Facebook.
In your Sean your Sean Connery voice.
Sean Connery voice.
Christian Nuge.
But yes, if you want to join the 3 Sheets Nation, send nudes to Mikey.
That's the new
Somebody's
vetting
eventually
process
gotta send
until HR returns. That's your orientation. It's just
We'll send him now while HR's away.
Look,
that's
So
what I
they
mean.
can act.
Nip
Yeah,
slips and
right
dick
now-
pics. That's what we're looking for.
HR is down in Disney World. Anything goes. This is literally like the Hunger Games of 3 Sheets Nation.
Oh well, no, the Hunger Games
What?
was hanging out with Trent Nesbitt.
Be careful for what you guys ask for. It's
We're gonna get a whole hot mess, and I'm not.
That's fine. That's fine. But go over to facebook.com/group/3 Sheets. There you can become part of the 3 Sheets Nation. Share your park pictures. Share how you keep your Disney at home. Just come hang out with us. It's fun. So from all of us here at 3 Sheets to the Mouse, thank you for making our show a part of your Disney life. Thank you for your time, this time, and until next time, so long for just a while.